For decades, creamy milk, the real thing, was ostracised. The health lobby then went for yoghurt and cheese, claiming the low-fat options were better for you. Unfortunately, the public began to obey, with lower-fat options increasing in sales volume. But then things took a turn for the worse, with even more ghastly things coming out, like oat, almond, cashew and soy milk, which, of course, isn't milk anyway. Oat, almond, cashew can't be milk. These products can't be milk, as you may have noticed. So the good news is that full-fat traditional milk is back on the rise, with sales of whole milk up 2% in the past 3 months. This doesn't sound like a lot, but it represents millions of gallons. So with me now is Kelly Seaton, who runs Seaton's Farm with her husband in Cheshire. Kelly, thanks so much. You've come all the way from Cheshire especially.
I have.
And you've brought some milk with you.
I have. It was milk this afternoon.
Excellent. So tell me about that. I'm going to do the taste testing whilst you tell us about your milk and your farm, and I will work through these and give my views when I finish. So tell me about your farm in Cheshire.
So we milk about 200 cows with pedigree Holstein, high input system. So they're housed all year round and fed silage and all of the macronutrients that they need to make fantastic milk, which is also full of the macronutrients that we need.
Well, I'm working through them in order. I've started with this, which is almond milk. The thing about almond milk is it's very sweet. I don't tend to like almonds. Just reading too many Agatha Christie's, and almonds are the very good way of hiding cyanide if people want to poison you. So I've always stayed clear of almonds, but it's quite sweet. This just tastes like porridge liquefied and slightly sort of watery porridge. So now this is skimmed, which isn't proper stuff at all, is it? No.
Well, it is. We call that white water.
White water, yeah. That sounds about right for that. And this is semi-skimmed. I don't really know I've ever had skimmed or semi-skimmed before. I've only ever had proper milk. And when I was a child, you used to get gold top milk. Yeah. And that was the best, because if you had it on cereal, you'd get the cream as well. And it always seems a bit greedy to put cream on your cereal. But to get cream from the top of the milk bottle was always rather exciting. So this is semi.
So the actual nutritional value between semi-skimmed and whole milk is very similar.
But you notice the colour, don't you? The colour gets richer with every stage you go up.
Absolutely.
Now, this is whole milk but pasteurised.
That's whole milk but pasteurised. So whole milk is what it says on the tin. It's 3.8% fat, which is the greatest lie we've ever been told, because it's been sold as full fat, but it's actually only 3.8%.
Yes. And so what is this? This is the unpasteurised.
That's unpasteurised.
Warm from the cow. When was the cow milked?
Between 1 and 4 this afternoon.
OK, so this is only a few hours old.
Yeah, straight out of the tank, on the train and down to here.
And it's absolutely delicious. I've given up booze for Lent. I'd rather have a pint of this than... I'm not allowed a pint of milk at the moment. And it's a much richer, creamier flavour, and absolutely. I love cream. I mean, I think food is really an excuse to have as much cream as possible, isn't it?
It is, isn't it? Yeah, no, it's absolutely delicious. And obviously with the cream, you get the omega-3 fatty acids, which are great for your body.
So it's really healthy as well.
Absolutely.
When my father was a child, pasteurisation came in, and he remembered reading a letter to the Times, which he was very impressed by, because it was against pasteurisation. It said, why would I want to drink a milk with a lot of dead germs in it? I've always thought that was a rather good reason for drinking the unpasteurised stuff. But we've been asking people, we've done some Vox Day, and asked people if they prefer whole milk to skimmed, semi-skimmed, non-dairy milk, and the people have spoken.
I wasn't vegan, semi-skimmed always, but I have friends who like whole milk. I think they're despicable. But apart from that, soy milk.
I'm going to be a bit weird, and I'm actually going to say red milk. So skim milk. I was about 14, 15 when my mum and dad converted me. Never looked back. But yeah, the healthy milk, the best milk.
I'm probably the worst person to ask because I hate milk. Oh, the taste, the texture, where it's from.
I like whole milk the best, and it goes better in my tea.
And as an American, you can comment on tea?
I learned how to drink tea here, so...
The people have spoken, not as much support for whole milk, but they probably haven't had it, that's the thing.
No.
And do you try and encourage people? Do you market your unpasteurised milk?
Our milk actually goes for cheese, so it goes to a local firm called Belton Farm, and they produce delicious cheese. All our children have been brought up on raw milk. I think with COVID and lockdown, the resurgence of the milkman has brought back the nostalgia of having, like you mentioned, the cream on the top. And I think there is a lean towards the whole milk overall.
And what's really interesting is that you have your milk, you send it to cheese, that dairy farmers, and I see this in Somerset, who are developing the value added, are making much more money out of their milk. It's a much better business than if it's just going and turned into semi-skim milk and sold in the supermarket. The margins in that are quite low, aren't they?
The margins all round are quite low at the moment. We're getting about 36 pence a litre for our milk, and cost of production is on average over 40 pence. So the whole dairy industry is struggling at the moment.
And has been for a long time, actually.
Yes.
But with people taking more full-fat milk, that may help it a bit. And knowing that it's good for you, that's what I think is so important, because there's been this feeling that you need to take the fat out, which that's the best bit.
Well, the fat was always taken out really so that it could be remarketed, so it was better value for money for the processor, so that they could make more money out of each pint of milk.
Yes, and then do you have this every day? This is your daily...
Yeah, that's what... I don't have that. I actually buy whole milk for myself because I wasn't brought up on it.
Oh, OK.
But my children and my husband will have about 4 litres a day of whole milk.
My goodness, that's an enormous quantity.
Between porridge.
That's almost a gallon of milk a day.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, that is absolutely brilliant. I would encourage you to drink a pint of milk a day or a gallon if you're living in Cheshire.